All right, here we go. Friday night Knicks. Knicks lose another tough battle to the Toronto Raptors by the score of 118 and 112. CP from Knicks Fan TV. My man Jay Els from Nick of Time Show.
Lose.
Jay Els says this game almost had the same tone as the first game in Toronto where the Knicks came out to that hot start. Raptors were ice cold. Raptors bench came in and led the way. And the Knicks came out of the half down 6 points. Raptors were able to bump it up to 10 in the fourth quarter, man. But the Knicks battled. The Knicks battled back to eventually tie the game. We just could not close it, man. What happened down the stretch? What'd you see down the stretch? Why we couldn't get this thing done, man?
Oh, man, good game overall. But I felt like the second unit in the third quarter let go of the rope a little bit.
Yeah.
The defensive pressure of the Raptors.
And the first half they had it going, but second half they didn't.
Yeah, I seen people kind of debating. The first half, the second unit kept the lead. I think they were up by 10 when the second unit came in. When the second unit left, they were up by 8. But the third quarter is when Raptors put their foot on the second unit's necks.
Yeah.
People kind of looked like they didn't know where to pass the ball. I saw few turnovers from Frank, who was indecisive. Portis. It was kind of a little of a group effort there from that second unit. But Knicks kept it interesting, that's for sure.
Knicks kept it interesting behind 21 points by whole team Dot. Damian Dotson. And we're going to get to his end of the game, breakdowns. But listen, it wouldn't have gotten to that point if he didn't have another solid game and a solid second half. I mean, Dotson once again, 21 points. Solid game from Dot, man. What'd you see from him out there tonight?
This is the Dot I've been waiting for, man. This is the Dotson I have been waiting for. Free Dot forever. The shoulder injury, I felt like held him back from getting to his shooting rhythm. I definitely feel like he's kind of the beneficiary of RJ getting injured because now I feel like he's getting more time to get minutes and more time to get into a flow. But I saw he was shooting with confidence. He was shooting quickly, and it carried on throughout the whole game. 27 minutes today, 27 minutes last game. He played well, man. He was super confident, man. He even shot a fadeaway 2-pointer over, not Siakam, Ibaka.
Yeah, Dot was solid tonight. Once again, filling in for RJ, who's out with the ankle injury, so everybody's bumped up. But Dot has certainly been seizing those minutes, and it just makes you want to see him continue to get that in the future, even when RJ comes back. But
it's going to be hard.
It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. But this game was still to be had, JLs. They tie the game at 103 with 5 minutes to go. But we just could not. It just seemed like every time we try to take that momentum, the Raptors would just get either a timely three, get to the free throw line. Give credit to Lowry. He was a floor general tonight for his team. And when his team needed him, he definitely came through. But the last two plays was all Pascal Siakam, man. 5 crucial points with under a minute to go, which ended in a 3-pointer. That was the dagger. Man. The 3-pointer that Siakam hit with about, I believe, 30 seconds left put the Raptors up by 6. And that was pretty much it, man.
Yeah, like it was some confusion on the defensive end. Some crucial plays made. I think Portis made a blunder at the end of the game.
Portis and Payton. Payton had the turnover. They went to Julius in the post for a post up. Lowry strips him. And I believe Payton throws it away.
Right.
Try to get it back to Julius. He throws it away, and then Portis fouls Lowry off ball, which is just pretty much threw the game away at that point.
Yeah, and then there was also some weird pass where Portis floated a pass to Julius Randle. It seemed like forever to get to him. I just knew it was going to be stolen. That turned into a turnover. But then there was 2 back-to-back Siakam scores where Dotson and Morris ended up on Siakam at the same time. Dotson left it 2 times for Siakam to get an open 3 and a dunk.
Yeah.
It seemed like there might have been some miscommunication. Maybe Dotson thought that Morris was going to recover faster onto him, but Dotson left him open. Siakam hit the dunk and a 3-point shot, and that's all she wrote.
That's all she wrote, man.
Dotson gave it and take it away.
Yeah, it's questionable, as to whose fault it was on the last play, which was the Siakam 3-pointer. It seemed like, Dotson was trying to get back and recover on Van Vliet, and it seems like Morris was just a little bit too deep in his coverage, trying to cut off the drive and just left Siakam wide open for the 3, and that was pretty much it.
Yeah, because he did it 2 plays in a row, it makes me think that that's the Knicks scheme.
Yeah.
But Morris is just...
Plus, he's on a bum ankle, too.
Huh?
Plus, he's on a bum ankle, too.
That's very true. He is on a bum ankle, so maybe he's just slow to recover. He hasn't really he's not 100% to kind of close out. That's also true. That's definitely also true. So.
Yeah.
Tough
again,
loss, man.
Yeah, tough loss. Overall 7 turnovers by the Knicks in the fourth quarter. You can't win against the world champs like this. This is a team that has chemistry. They have cohesion. Solid playing for the Raptors bench once again. Norman Powell, who came into the game averaging 20 points over his last 6. Was lighting us up from 3 on a couple of attempts. They had Anunoby with another clutch 3 in the fourth. Surge as well. So, this is a good team, man. This is a good team.
Very good team. Knicks played them tough for the most part, man. They got away from us and hit some clutch 3-point baskets, man, at the end. It was kind of nuts. I mean, these are why these guys are defending champs. People kind of laugh, and it was like they thought, once Kawhi Leonard left, that these guys aren't going to be much. But if y'all remember last season when Kawhi was down, they were still a very formidable team. They were still, I think, over 500 without Kawhi Leonard. So it's no surprise to me that these guys are this good.
Yeah, I mean, they're just a well-balanced team. I mean, you saw the difference from the first quarter on in their defensive intensity. I mean, once they stepped it up, first of all, they went to the zone. Which everybody knows is our weakness, because once again, between Peyton and Frank, you're just not getting enough quality shots from your guards. And Clyde even said it on the telecast. He said, "Listen, when your starting point guard cannot shoot, it's an abomination." I don't know if that's the exact word that he said, but he was basically saying it's an indictment on the team, because this is the guy that has the ball in his hands all the time. And the thing with Peyton is like, It's so hard to watch him, because obviously we know what he is, right? To me, he's a more of a backup point guard than not. And as much of a quality facilitator that he is, he still gave us 8-9 dimes tonight, and he was
no double from Peyton.
Double. All right. Put some respect on the double.
Yeah, 13 was
He's still a liability on the offensive end, man.
For sure, man.
He's still a liability. I mean, he has no confidence in his shot. The defense has no respect for him. They're dipping below every screen because he's no threat. There was even a play down the stretch when the Knicks were trying to get back into the game where you had Morris and Peyton on the strong side. You had Portis wide open on the corner. They were double teaming Morris. You had Portis wide open for 3 in the corner. Morris misses him and gives it to Peyton for a corner 3, who had no confidence in his shot, and they ended up turning the ball over in a 24-second violation. So, plays like that, it just kills you, man. He giveth and he taketh away, like Clyde says.
Yeah, man, like they knew their personnel, because they definitely were purposely leaving Elfrid Payton wide open in those corner 3s and doubling anybody else. And after Dotson went off, they was not leaving him open. They was not leaving Morris open. And that's that point where when you said we need a guard who can actually shoot, and that's kind of been missing. Yeah, and
again, and then Peyton ends up, every time he shoots, you're like, don't shoot it. And sometimes he makes it in, man.
Yeah, you're like, okay, like that little corner 3 that rattled in and out and then back in. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's you just gotta live and die with them until you can do better at this point. You know what I mean? But again, tough loss. Who else? Marcus Morris, 21 points for Morris, 20 for Randle, both 7 of 15 shooting. I thought that was pretty good. Bullock chipped in with 11 points, 4 of 8 from the field, 3 of 7 from downtown. Thought Bullock had a better first half than he did in the second.
Yeah, I mean, Dotson took all his minutes.
Yeah, Dot did. Dot got 27 minutes. 27 minutes for Bobby Portis, Jay Ellis. 12 points,
Yeah.
5 of 8 from the field, 1 for 3 for downtown. I was looking for more Mitch down the stretch. I mean, Portis did come up with a clutch 3 to keep us close within the game, but again, you know, that Morris Randle Portis situation, I was looking for more Mitch there just to keep our defense solid.
Yeah, I think what happened was the coach noticed that the Raptors were like kind of not leaving Peyton at all. Like they were just leaving him open for 3.
Yeah.
So I think he had Portis in there just for spacing, just because they just realized we're not guarding Peyton.
Yeah.
For them to even have a prayer of any type of spacing, that they needed a shooter at that center position.
Good point.
And it was like, do it, damn if you don't, because Mitch was very active on the defensive end, blocking shots and, you know, saving things and rotating. He was doing great for us there, but the spacing is just poor.
Yep.
Or when you can't do anything but dunk.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
No, yeah, loud and clear. I got you now. You were just frozen in the matrix for a second, man. But we got you. Man. We got you. We pulled you out of it, man. Don't worry about it. I'm here. Salute to everybody in the chat. Let's go to the phones. JJ from Brooklyn's up first. JJ, how you feeling, man?
Yo, JL, CP, what up, man?
What's good, bro? How you feeling, man?
Chilling, man, chilling. This is like you said, man. You stole what I was gonna say. Basically, just the lack of shooting at point guard between Payton and Frank. It's just killing, man. Every time Randle's in the post, they just sag off our point guards and they double him. And obviously, we know he doesn't kick it out of double team. He has no sense for it.
Yeah.
So we might as well just play Trier because these Trier's our best shooter from the point guard position. You know what I mean? At least he'll be a threat to knock down a shot. Can't have Peyton.
Yeah, I mean it's difficult. It's a difficult decision because it's like obviously, you know, Peyton is your best facilitator of any of the guards on the team.
Right.
Yeah.
And so you still need some sort of competence there. But I get it, man. I get it because sometimes you're just looking like, damn, sometimes we're literally 4 on 5 when it comes to putting the ball in the hole.
Exactly.
That's I wish.
Yeah,
Frank,
and then
I wish December Frank would come back, man, or November Dallas Frank. I need Dallas Frank.
We need Dallas Frank. Yeah, he was one for 4 tonight for Frank. Laker game is building a brick house. So hopefully he drinks his confidence juice and gets it together, man.
For sure, man.
Yeah, man. Let me ask you guys a question about. I'm already looking ahead to the all season. Let me ask you this: What would you do? Obviously, the free agent class isn't very good at all, and obviously, you know, the free agent class in 2 years is great. So, would you just basically do 1-year deals again and just save all your cap space for 2 years from now? At least, you know, I don't see anyone coming. At least give yourself a slim chance at, you know, a couple of those stars in 2 years, and just, you know, keep all the cap, you know, prepared for 2 years on the cap space.
Well, I mean, you can try to you know, get some draft capital for some of your cap. You know, if you let some of these guys go on that are on the 1-year deals, or you see if there's a quality rotation piece that you might want to invest in for 2 years. Let's see what's out there. Take a look at the list a little bit further down the road.
Oh, for 2 years from
now?
We need
for
this coming free agency, JL.
Oh, this coming free agency?
Yeah.
Oh, this coming free agency is what's the big names? Homie from the Pelicans.
Brandon Ingram.
Brandon Ingram.
Mm-hmm. Who we have no shot at anyway. So I mean,
no shot at. Bogdanovich has been a hot topic.
Yeah.
From Sacramento. I think everybody else is the Pips. We got the dude from I can't remember anybody's name right now. My guy from the Spurs, who was traded from Toronto.
DeRozan.
Who's
having a good year. He's having an outstanding year this year.
Yeah, he's turning it on right now.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like those might be the biggest names in the offseason. Might be DeRozan.
Yeah,
and that's just going off the top.
Yeah. How about this? So Kevin Knox, we said got 11 minutes tonight, right? And
Yeesh.
the a lot of the topic, a lot of the debate going on our shows has been about the youth versus the vets and playing time, and should we put guys like a DSJ or Kevin Knox in the G League? So Mike Vorkanoff of The Athletic asked Nick Nurse, about that, just that, developing players. And when it comes to playing time, and Nick Nurse said he's a firm believer. He said, I'm a firm believer that they need to be playing. They got to play. How do you get better if you're not playing? He says, I'm a big, big believer that if they're not getting minutes with the big club, that they got to go down and play as many minutes as they can get down there. What do you think? What do you think about that, JLs?
I think everybody's on the same page with that, man. Everybody's on the same page. You can't get better without reps. There's only so much you can learn by sitting on the bench and watching film. You got to be a doer, man, and get your body used to muscle memory and things of that nature, especially if they're running the same things in the NBA as they do in the G League.
Yeah, which the Knicks are. Which the Knicks are,
because we do have our own G League team. Like, that should definitely be happening. It should have been happening for DSJ. Now that Knox is not getting those minutes.
11 minutes tonight for Kev compared to 27 for Portis. Put him in Westchester, man. Put him in Westchester to get it together. It's just very interesting. It's a very interesting debate because obviously, every team is not using it like that. Nick Nurse has a different vantage point because he came from that team, that 805 Raptors or whatever they're called. He was the coach of that team. Ended up getting promoted and winning the championship in Toronto. So he knows, and again, this 90% of this team has come up through the organization. So he knows these guys very intimately and has worked very closely with them. So it's just very interesting perspective to hear that from a championship coach who's come from the system, because not every team is using it that way. And then you hear the argument like, well, the competition is not the same in the G League. And, when Fizz was asked that question last year, his answer was that, we want them up here with us and practicing with us and getting those reps in with the main team. So a very, very interesting debate, man. What do you guys in the chat think about that? What Nick Nurse's comments on playing the kids and putting them in the G League if they're not playing?
Definitely, man. Like, practicing games are two different things, though. Like, and the way the NBA really talks about it, it seems like the further along you get within the season, the less practice time there really is. That's the way to make it really seem.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I hear as well. It's like they literally have zero time to really practice, and it's mainly like free throws and shoot arounds is what they're really dealing with.
Right. So then, if that's the case, it's like, damn, then that's even more of a case to go down to G League and get some reps in down there. What are you doing now up here, sitting on the bench and then 2 minutes of practice a week? Like, come on.
Yeah, that's the facts, man. Definitely interesting debate, especially when it comes to Kev and DSJ. Let's go back to the phones. Joe from Atlantic City's with us. Joe, what's going on, man?
Yeah, what's going on, guys?
How you feeling, bro?
Yeah, I'm feeling good, man. I want to touch on the whole development thing because I wasn't going to talk about it before, but now that you brought it up, I want to say something about it. I know you guys are probably going to disagree, but I feel like when it comes to development, if you're trying to win, you need to have the most polished products on the floor at all times, and that means playing the vets. But if you're losing, like in the situation where we're at, then, it's a good time to put in your Triers, your Knoxes, your RJ Barretts, etc., Mitchell Robinson. But right now I feel like, the season's not over. I don't even want to say the P word, but I would love to see us make the playoffs, but it almost seems just so far away. So, like,
wow.
No, they're very far away, man. They're very far away.
Right. Nah.
Stick a fork in them, man. They've been done.
We gotta just play we gotta play the young kids. So, I mean, that's how I feel about that. Like, if this was a little earlier in the season, then I don't know, but yeah. How about my boy Dotson tonight, man? I've been advocating so much, finally stepping up, man. I've just been saying, yo, Dot, like, where you at? Whole team Dot.
Whole team Dot.
Whole team Dot, man.
I'm strong, buddy.
Definitely happy to see Dot playing well, man. Appreciate the call, and they have a decision to make on Dotson jails because while his contract for this year is guaranteed, they do have the qualifying offer that they can issue.
Man.
That they can issue him in this offseason. If they do, it'll make him a restricted free agent. So let's see where they go.
Easy decision for me. Pay that man. What big free agents are we going after next season? None. We have a bunch of vets who are here that we can get rid of and give Dot those minutes, man.
Agreed. Agreed. Let's see what people in the chat say about G League or what. Steve Stark, what's up, Steve Stark? He says G League is a tool. If you don't use it, you don't get the benefit of it. Andrew H says Nick Nurse says that statistically. He says Nick Nurse says that, but statistically, how many guys have made the All-Star team coming from the G League? I don't necessarily think it's about making going from G League to All-Star JLs, but I think it's just about turning your assets into respectable rotation pieces. The Norman Powells, the Anobis, you know what I mean? Those type of role players that's gonna help you in the long run. It's not to say those guys are going to turn into all-stars, but there's certainly power in this team in the East right now. No doubt about it.
That's exactly. Especially now, I feel like even nowadays might even be more crucial. Like we've been talking about how a lot of these kids are drafted on potential and they're not as ready as they have been. That since like when back in the day in the 80s and 90s when they just came in dropping 15 and 8, like these guys are missing a lot of fundamentals, and what better place to learn that in the G League where you're getting regular minutes?
Yeah. It's again interesting debate, man. We have Joneska7272 says Fred VanVleet, G League. You have Siakam, G League. These guys are coming up. So again, interesting debate. I mean, but we'll see after the trade deadline again. Let's see what happens, JL. So I'm giving them until February 6th to get this Bobby Portis 30 minutes a game nonsense
2
going.
weeks. The way they playing Portis, man, I don't even know if they're gonna move him, yo. He's leading the team in minutes.
Yeah, leading the team in minutes, man. That was shocking to me, to be honest, man. Let's go to Justin from Florida. Justin, what's going on, bro?
Hey, what's going on, man? Let me just say, first of all, like, props to both of y'all for, like, always putting out these videos, even though we be trash and stuff. But,
appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Let me just say, that, yeah, you guys are hitting right in the head of the G League and everything, man. Like, we got so many young players, like, just not getting no minutes. One of the first callers was talking about Trier, and even in your video when you were talking about the Malik Monk rumors that I was seeing, it's like, there's no point going after somebody like Malik Monk. Like, Trier is basically like the same player. I like the way he could dribble the ball. Like, he's already shown you like offensive skills. Like, he could be a good 6-man, and they never play him like one. Like, I think the minutes that they give him, like, they're almost putting him out there to fail. Like, he's like an off-ball. Like, he's not an off-ball guy. He needs to have the ball in his hands. And, like, if we're going to give these other dudes the ball, like, might as well let Trier, like, get, like, a few minutes to show what he can do. Like, he took it to Doncic last year. I don't know if you remember at the beginning of the season this year, like, he had, like, 31 points, 6 or 7 shooting on the Nets. It's like, after that, like, they've given him, like, no green light, and I don't understand it. But, I could see his defense. He still need to work on some things. His playmaking, like, he definitely needs to work on some things. But, like, what better year than now to give dudes like this? And Kenny Wooten, too. I want to see Kenny Wooten start getting some minutes, man, because, like, we don't got no defense down there protecting the rim. Like, I just want to see, like, the youth movement going full flow. Like, it's too many vets. Like you're saying, Bobby Portis. Like, I'm tired of seeing 20 ISOs of Bobby Portis at the top of the key. Like, it's just annoying, man. Like, they need to change this up. That's all I'm saying.
I hear you, man. Appreciate the call. Appreciate the support, Justin. I mean, Jails, we hear the arguments for ISO.
Mm-hmm.
How many guys are you gonna play, man? It's just a lot. It's a lot of cards right now. You can't argue ISO's minutes over Dot right now. Right? It's RJ. It's Dotson. Whose minutes is he gonna take?
Yeah, man.
It's too many people, and now he's a free agent. So clearly, I don't know. I'd be surprised if they re-sign them at this point. But it's just too many guys, man.
It's way too many guys. It was way too many guys. I mean, Knicks are trying to make the playoffs, so that's why. Man, now we know.
Forget that pipe dream. Forget that pipe dream. My man Gennady in the chat says, "What happens if they don't trade anybody?" Well, I mean, nothing. They don't have to bring these guys back next year, JLs. You can start with a clean slate.
Yeah.
I mean, what happens is you don't get any extra assets.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
I'm surprised the DSJ is here though.
Oh yeah. I said it when he first hurt his oblique. I mean, the stint that they gave him in the Laker game was complete garbage. So
That was embarrassing.
Yeah, so I wouldn't even consider that real playing time. But I said before that I'd be surprised if you ever see him playing in the Knicks uniform again, because I think DSJ, I think they're gonna trade him.
Absolutely,
he's gone. He's totally checked out, man.
And Wayne too. I don't even know why we signed. I mean, whatever.
Yeah, Ellington is another one wasting up a roster spot. But again, it's a clean slate, whether it's Mills or the next guy or the next guy. It's a clean slate to start this thing, over, so to speak.
Yeah, one thing the front office did do right was give team options to almost everybody that was signed, so they can easily get out all these contracts.
Yeah,
the exception of maybe Randle.
Agreed. Somebody says, why all the Portis hate? Rich Harris. Salute to Rich Harris in the chat. He says, why all the Bobby Portis hate? He's still young and the only big on the team with an inside-outside game. JL, your response to that. What's your response to that?
CP hates him. That's my response. CP hates him. I know what it is. It's just that it's more of a youth movement thing. Like he does okay offensively, but he's a defensive liability. That's really the biggest thing.
And no IQ.
Yeah. And
he never passes it, Jay Ellis.
He does not like to pass the ball. I seen him do like one nice pass in the first half to cutting Randle. But once the ball goes inside, it's never coming back.
He's a black hole, man.
He's a black hole.
If he would pass the ball every once in a while, stop forcing everything, literally, maybe we'd be all right. But he's just a redundant piece. We don't need him at all. We don't need him. He's a good kid. We just don't need him. That's all I'm saying. This is nothing personal against the kid.
If he passed the ball and played a little bit more defense, which he can't physically play any more defense really because he's just not.
He's not athletic enough, man. Yeah, he's too slow, and that's another thing. I want somebody that gives us a little bit more versatility, man. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I want somebody that's going to give us some more versatility. He just doesn't give you that. I can get those threes from Morris. I can get them from Randle if you want them. Hey, how about Iggy? Can I see Iggy come up and shoot those threes?
Randle at center?
Oh God, it's tough.
I mean, that's why Bobby's there. Bobby's there to stretch the floor.
No, I get it. I get it, and I get the reason why he's getting all those minutes. But long term, I'm just not with it.
I feel you.
No, I'm just not with it, man. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Please hit that like button for us. Share these videos on Twitter, on Facebook. Text your friend, your family who's a Knicks fan, basketball fan. Let them know this is #1 show for the fans, by the fans. CP from Knicks Fan TV. My man JL's from Knick of Time Show. This is Knicks Postgame Live. Knicks lose a tough one, 118-112. We are hearing from the fans tonight, giving their reactions to the game, the trade rumors, vets versus the kids, the usual debates going on. So happy Friday to everybody. Let's go to Viv. Viv from Queens is in here. Wants to talk about the youth movement. Viv, what's going on, bro?
What's going on, TP? What's going on, JL? How you doing?
Good, man. What's going on?
Yeah, listen, it's been a rough month or so. I don't know how many people have just like gone off the ledge somewhat, especially like on the Twitter landscape's kind of crazy.
Oh, Nick's Twitter is this faction starting up. It's getting ugly out there on Nick's Twitter right now, JLs.
Yeah, man.
It's getting ugly. But look, I don't know. I mean, I know Alex is listening right now, so I'm just gonna. I hope he's listening carefully. But look, we know one thing, right? With all the young players, we have a lot of young players on the team. I think it's like I read somewhere it's like 40% of the players like on our team, or some sort of percentage is like under the age of like 24 or whatever it is, something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what the real question is, like how do we make them get better? And I think what I noticed, especially tonight, is that every single time we put out this young lineup, like we put out all the kids together,
yeah,
and then we go to Porter, who messes up everything. But once you put out all these kids together, like they're going to fail against like a team like the Raptors. It's bound to happen, And yeah, obviously, like we can mention RJ's not playing, he's hurt and whatnot. But putting out all these kids together by themselves on an island against the Raptors, when they're putting out a lineup of they're putting out Ibaka, they're putting out Van Fleet, they have Norman Powell. So they have like basically 3 starters for the most part.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see why they're blowing like a 10-point lead that they built up in the first quarter. So I think what Miller needs to do is he needs to figure out how to stagger these lineups in a bit so that, you have some sort of stabilizing.
Yeah,
presence.
have Randle and Morris out there.
Yeah,
have Randle and Morris out there. That's
exactly.
a good point.
Randle,
that's a good point.
Exactly. That's one thing. I think second thing is a stopgap. I would switch up Bullock and Dot. Like I would start Dot with the first unit then bring Bullock out to start the bench. Because at least that's a stabilizing presence there, and then see what happens from there. But look, I think with the kids, one thing that's important is that not every kid is going to pan out, and every kid is going to be a rotation player.
That's right.
And this is just the unfortunate situation that we got to deal with is that like we're dealing with it in real time. Like we don't know who's going to pan out, but not like it's not necessarily we just know that not everyone is that player. So the problem is, do we need more minutes to actually justify that, or is it something that is just being seen behind the scenes? And final point about the G League, I think my suggestion about the G League is that they should on off days, if the schedule pans out, send players who play like 10 or 15 minutes, send them up to Westchester, play a game, and then have them get minutes that way. I think that makes most sense practically speaking. It's hard to do when they're not at home together with the Knicks. Because that's what really happened, I think, last year. I remember people were asking, why didn't we send Frank to the G League last year? And I looked at the schedule last year, and I realized that, a lot of the times where we should have sent him, like, where he was really struggling, the schedules never meshed. They meshed. I think someone was injured, so that, there was no other third. There was no one who was backing up, who the starting point guard was. So it was either Moutier or Burke. Someone was hurt all the time.
Yeah.
So you end up having some logistical thing where it's not possible. And, maybe I haven't checked the schedule, but that's what I would suggest. I think that's practical. I think it makes sense. But let's see what happens. You said, trade deadline is February 6th, so it's coming up.
See what happens, man. I'm not expecting much, but let's see if they catch lightning in a bottle. But good call, Viv. I definitely I like his points. In terms of staggering those minutes, JLs, a lot of times you've seen that second unit come out very young, raw, and with Bobby Portis anchoring.
I mean,
it's tough,
to their defense, they figured Bobby Portis is the anchor.
Yeah, that's rough, man. Especially defensively, sometimes it can be rough, man. I mean, Mitch does his thing, but then you're talking Kev, Portis. That's tough, man. But yeah, I think if you can figure out a way to stagger Randle and Morris a little bit better, I think maybe you get some more balance. Maybe
you take out Morris a little early, have him come with the second unit sometimes to calm things down.
Yeah, maybe wouldn't be a bad idea. Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea at all.
Have Morris play power forward for the second unit.
Yeah,
with that might work.
Yeah,
and then you can keep Bobby on the bench.
Right, this is where he belongs.
Yeah,
keep Bobby on the bench, man. And then in terms of the scheduling issue with the G League, well, I mean, right now we have so many guys that need playing time. Even if it coincides with the night that the Knicks are playing, I mean, throw a guy in Westchester. If Kev has to go down.
Yeah, didn't Cornette used to go back and forth from Westchester to the Knicks?
I believe so. I don't remember if he was going to Westchester like during when the Knicks were playing. I don't remember like how the scheduling was working, but yeah, Cornette was definitely bouncing back and forth.
Dotson, I know Dotson was too, because Dotson is one of those guys who's, hey, you want to talk about the G League working? Dotson was in the G League a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Good points, man. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. We've hit 400 people watching on Knicks Fan TV. Salute to everybody if you guys are watching on Twitter, Facebook, Twitch. We are live on all those platforms right now. Remember, this show is also available in audio podcast format, Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Amazon, Alexa. so you don't miss anything. You won't miss anything. These shows are always there on the Knicks Fan TV. If you're an iTunes listener, we definitely appreciate if you guys left us a review. It definitely helps to promote the channel. So anything that you could do to help us spread the word would be greatly appreciated. JLs, let's salute some people in the chat. I want to salute SGod35, sends us a super chat. He says, whatever the Knicks need to do in the draft, we need to draft Marcus Howard in the second round. We need shooting in the backcourt, and he can be another Devontae Graham.
Okay.
And that's Marcus Howard. I believe he's out of Marquette. Came onto the scene last season, had a pretty solid season last year. And that's a name that you're hearing as a potential second rounder. Hey, wouldn't be a bad idea, man. Wouldn't be a bad idea if you go best player available in your first round pick, and then you get Marcus Howard with your second. I think you consider that a pretty good draft.
Hey, I'm with it. We need shooting. We'll take it.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. If you guys are new in the chat, leave a hashtag new so we can shout you guys out. Definitely want to shout out. We got Triborough Gigolo in here, J. Ellis.
All right, over here.
Right, he's becoming a regular, man.
Getting jiggy every night now.
Yeah, man. Yeah. We got Gary Singing here. The Shells, what's going on? Apple Fanboy. Louis S, what's going on? Mr. Mike. Who you got in your chat, J. Ellis?
I got Gary Miller, what's going on? Hitting Murphy, Enzo954, Sammy Soso, Alexander, Kevin Middleton, RT, and Rich Jim. Shout out to Rich Jim.
Rich Jim, what's going on, Rich? All right, let's get back to the phone. So we want to hear from. Let's hear from Chris from New York. Wants to talk about the game tonight. He was at the game. Chris, what's going on, man?
What's going on, TP? What's going on, J. Ellis? How's it going?
Good, man. How you feeling, man? How was the game?
Good. The usual vibe. Everybody was hyped up at the beginning, but the crowd knew that we were up 10. Some of the people around me said, just wait till the fourth quarter, and we'll kind of mess that up. So sure enough, Randle had a couple bonehead mistakes. Portis, again, his defense was suspect. But one of the things that did stand out a lot was Peyton, man. They were backing off him, couldn't shoot. It was a big void. It was a big void. So, it was just evident, So one of the things I wanted to touch on is you're talking about a couple things, about the development needs, the G League, the way we use it. When you think about the Knicks and just a couple moves they could have made, could have changed the franchise. I mean, you go back to the Kevin Knox draft. You talk about if you package his pick and a couple other picks and move up and get, Dotson. You already had KP. You already had, Tim Hardaway Jr. They're cooking over there. I'm not saying Tim Hardaway Jr. is the answer, but I'm just saying, like, a move like that, a GM like that is what we need. We need Messiah Jerry to come in here, and we need JS. I know you don't want to trade those picks, but those two picks are very fitting. I think it's a really good idea to get them. I think as far as this season, let it go. Let it play out the way it is. As long as they don't make any big moves to where they get, whatever is Drummond or anything stupid, I think they're going to just be the Knicks, Yeah. So they're not in the worst position. They're not in the best position, but I think Messiah, I know again, J. Ellis, I know you don't like it, but it's just, he could bring maybe
Presti for free
players. Yeah, so I don't know. What are your thoughts about that? And I mean, just think about that draft. I mean, if you make three first round picks, get Doncic. I mean, I know it's
hindsight though, man.
Quarterback,
it's hindsight though. You know what I mean? And appreciate the call, Chris. The problem with that thinking, J. Ellis, is listen. If all 30 teams knew exactly who this kid was gonna be and what he is right now, they would all trade their whole draft and the year after and the year after that to try to get him. It's tough. It's tough, man. It's not a crapshoot. It's not a crapshoot. Look at Siakam.
Yep.
Right?
Look at Siakam. Everybody passed on Siakam.
In a redraft, where would Siakam get picked right now in his draft?
Exactly. Look at everybody who passed on Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah, Money Mitch.
Come on.
Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough. I mean, Luka was obviously he was still highly touted, right? Coming over from the Spanish league and having been a pro since he was 16, so, and a champion. at those levels and really playing at a high level. But, you know, hey, how about the Hawks? You know what I mean? Yeah, listen, Trae Young is beasting himself. He's doing his thing, cracked his first All-Star team, but, you know, it's tough to call it that way.
Yeah, it's definitely tough to call that way. I'm sorry. I'm never gonna get on that. Sam, I'm not. I love the guy, but I'm not giving up 2 picks for him, man.
Ujiri, 2 picks?
Yeah, Sam Presti over here building playoff teams.
I'll give him. I would give him if we trade Morris. I give him them 2 picks. I give him one of the Dallas picks, and I give him the pick that we get back from Morris. If I had to do it, if Dolan was that interested, if he was that interested, we don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
I give Sam Presti for free. Thunder's doing okay right there, in the playoff hunt with CP3 after they gave up Russell Westbrook and friends.
Yeah,
when they expected that. That's I like that savviness as a GM.
Looking very well. And how about, you know, earlier this season the talk was, oh, could we fleece the Thunder for some first round picks for CP3? Now it's looking like you would probably have to pay them to get CP3. Exactly. That's how well he's doing. It's crazy how these things work.
Man, that train never late. I'm sorry. I love CP. I don't risk injury on anybody, but that train is never late, man.
Yeah.
That train is never late.
Never late.
He's not getting younger every year.
That's true. True indeed, man. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Some good calls so far, Jails. Definitely some good calls coming in. Shout out to David Delancey. He said he's team somewhat new. Okay. So I'm not sure. We had a couple of guys that like that. They're like somewhat new. I don't know if they're like, you know, they've been viewing, just not chatting or what it is. I don't know. But salute to hashtag new, the vets, somewhat new. Everybody in here, man. Just hit that thumbs up button for you boys. And we definitely appreciate you guys. All right, next up, we got Jay Boogie, North Carolina in the building. Jay Boogie, what's going on, man?
What's up, my favorite two, Fred Williams, Jim Brown, how you doing tonight?
What's going on, bro? How you feeling, man?
Hey, look, man. I like that boy Dada Rock. That's what I'm going to call him, Dada Rock, man. But y'all know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. He showed me a whole lot, and I respect that. See, that man is up under contract, too. And he's available for a new contract. He's trying to feed his family. He stay prepared, stay ready to go and everything. Yeah. And, you know, you hear the whispers. So, you know, you hear them people talking about trading to go get this other boy that's a shooting guard. He took that upon himself to be like, yo, I'm going to show y'all. We don't need that dude over here in Charlotte. I'm here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We don't need him.
Don't.
And he's showing up. He's showing up doing what he got to do, man. I like that about him, man. Another thing, man, old boy could have in the fourth quarter, he could have did something different. He could have took Peyton out the game and put Morrison at the one and brought Bullock back in that game with him and Dotson on the wings. He could have switched it up. You know, he got to be versatile.
Wait, play who at the one? Play Morris at the one?
I keep telling y'all, man, it ain't hard for him to play the one. It's not hard.
You killing me now, Jay Boogie.
It's not hard, man. It's not hard, man. He handled it. Listen, when he bring the ball to of course, half court, he giving the ball to him anyway. He giving it to him. So why can't you just switch it up and do something different? Just give him a different look, man. That's all I'm talking about. But if y'all don't like that, I'm gonna go back to promote my man Schroeder. He had another 21 points tonight and another 8 assists tonight. I keep telling y'all about him, and I know JL don't like him, and I know the point guard is in his draft pick. But the key thing about him, he was on the bench last year behind Westbrook. He on the bench this year behind CP3. These 2 straight years, he did a lot of learning, man. He coming off the bench, putting them numbers up. So he wouldn't even get in the way of our brand new point guard, but we need a point guard bad, man.
Need a point guard bad, man. Appreciate the call, Jay Boogie. You gotta love how he says we need a point guard bad, and then tries to back it up by saying we should have put Mook at the one for a stretch.
I mean, we would have had shooting TP. I don't know. That's a shot to shoot.
He says, "What's good? What's the use of a point guard if they're gonna give it up anyway? Just give me a guy that can bring it up 40 feet and get the job done."
Oh man, and I don't want Schroeder on his team, but I actually do like Schroeder though.
Yeah, it was just like, oh man, I just need somebody here long term. I need the franchise, man. I need the franchise. No more stopgaps.
Yeah, he's a stopgap. I like Schroeder. I don't dislike Schroeder.
I'm tired of the stopgaps.
Yeah,
that's my thing.
Yeah, just not here. Just not for us right now in this situation.
Just not for us. And shout out to Frank Wilson, sends us a super chat just to say Jay Boogie is Jay Buggin talking Morris at the one. Hey, the call was going smooth, man. Jay Ellis. He picked us up, you know.
Yeah,
that's
he
our
did
guy. He's a regular caller.
Yo, leave my boy alone. Shout out to that was my old alias. That was my old alias back in the day.
What, Jay Boogie?
Yeah, that was my old alias back in the day.
Hey, listen, man. You know, he's been a friend of the program for a while, so we let him rock. But man, that you know, it's like you and your homie just chilling in the car, cruising, and then all of a sudden he just grabs the wheel, and you're like, "Yo, what are you doing?" Like, you know what I mean? Like, Jay Boogie just grabbed the wheel from the passenger side, man. Oh man, yeah. You know, like I said with Peyton, man, it's just funny to watch him play because, you know, like I said, he's the best of the worst, if I could call it that. We need his facilitating out there. But again, it's just watching him try to even shoot the ball is cringeworthy at best, man.
Yeah, it's crazy because he worked on his. I think he was injured this summer. Was he injured this summer? Because he worked on his shooting the summer before this one.
Yeah.
And I felt like he took a step in the right direction during that Pelicans year. And then he comes here, and I just feel like he kind of regressed.
Yeah. Regress is not even the word, man. The shooting is abysmal. Like I said, even Clyde called it out. Like, this ain't it, man. You know. And Jay Boogie, he was speaking of, when he was talking about Dotson, he was speaking on one Malik Monk, and I didn't even put the highlight up there properly. Hold on, let me fix that up. Malik Monk dropped 31 tonight, JLs.
What?
In Paris.
Oh, you heard the trade rumors?
Yeah, he was hearing the trade rumors. Ian Begley says that the someone in the Knicks organization, that's like the new, you know, code word for everybody in the beat, right? Like, someone familiar with how these guys think, or someone who is a source, but not really a guy that might be related to someone on the team, is saying that the Knicks could be eyeing Malik Monk in a trade. And he's a guy that coming into this game, he was averaging 8-point sales, 25% from 3, which is supposed to be his forte. But tonight in Paris, in Frank's territory against Milwaukee Bucks, drops 31 points in a loss.
On the head.
Yeah, what do you think about these Malik Monk rumors real quick?
Not a huge fan of Malik Monk, man.
Yeah.
I'm not huge. I wasn't a huge fan when he was when he was coming out of college. Like, I appreciate his game, but I just know what his ceiling to me is. So to me, he's not like a potential starting guard or anything. He's like a 6-man type of situation, and I don't have an affinity for 6'3" shooting guards who we trying to force to make a point guard.
Yeah,
I don't.
He's like a bootleg Earl to me, man, just a little bit shorter.
Yeah,
he's like a bootleg JR, really.
Yeah,
you know.
And it's like, who is he playing over? I mean, it's the same situation.
Yeah, it's the same situation. Not a cut above the rest, just another run-in-the-mill guy.
Yeah.
You know? But I would say that I did say in my video yesterday that if you're talking about a change of scenery swap for DSJ, I'd do it.
Give me a second.
I'd do it. And for a change of scenery swap, I would do it.
Only if I could swap him from somebody else, too.
Later on, right? So, yeah, that's the only way I'd do it. If you're talking about a change of scenery, you know, let's just get something for DSJ before he, you know, completely flops out. I would do it.
So he hasn't completely flopped out already, is what you're telling me?
Oh yeah, I think he's done. I think I feel bad for him, man. I feel bad for the kid, bro, because the kid is just completely, he's checked out, man.
Dude, it's like dudes. Mm-hmm. This is why I respect Dotson. I'm sorry, I turned this into the Dotson show.
Yeah.
This is why I respect Dotson. Dotson will sit and come back pissed. Dotson will sit down one game, come back, try his heart out, play defense, play offense, run around a million miles a minute, and put it in 100% effort. This is not the first time that Dotson hasn't got minutes and then he come back and then hit some shots and then notice them. Like, this has happened a few times already since he's been on the Knicks.
Yeah.
And so it's like he has like that heart thing, that heart factor. Like DSJ has all the
Dotson
talent
is
in the
mentally
world,
tough, man. Dotson has that mental toughness. He can play in New York. Dotson can play in New York. As a role player, like, you know, we're not trying to hype him into like an eventual, you know, star on the team. No. Dotson, he fits his role. He knows his role and he plays it fairly well. And he comes prepared. Like Jay Boogie says, that's one thing about Dot. He tries hard every game. He comes prepared. Again, yeah, tonight, whatever. Yeah, he made some tough mistakes on defense. I will chalk it up to miscommunication. Between him and Morris on those Siakam plays. But again, when you look at the way Dotson plays tonight, you can't complain why ISO's not playing. You know what I mean? Because like I said, like Dot fills his role on the catch and shoots, on the defensive end, on the hustle play. Like Dot just fills that role better than anybody off the bench right now.
Exactly. Like he always plays hard, always plays 100%. If you get mad at Dot, it's like, all right, he missed a backdoor cut sometimes.
Right. Oh, yes. His off-ball defense can be a little spotty. Yes, I agree.
Spotty sometimes, but on-ball defense has always been good. He's usually been very good at rotating. Today, maybe it was a miscommunication thing today. Yeah. He just does everything else right, man.
I agree.
And the handle's gotten a lot. It seemed like I always joke that it seemed like ever since he beat DSJ, that's why DSJ wants to leave. Dotson beat him in a foot race.
He never recovered.
And he never recovered. His ego got beat. He's like, yo, first Frank beat me for my point guard minutes, and Dotson beat me in a foot race. Get me out of here.
Yeah, DSJ is just in a bad situation, boy.
Yeah, man.
He's just in a bad situation. You know, again, it could be bereavement thing. You know, you don't want to touch that type of stuff, but it's just tough to see him struggling like that because he just doesn't seem like mentally he can really handle the adversity that's going on here. And it just seems like he's already checked out. So I think they will try to move him. Maybe he ends up on the Timberwolves for like a second round pick or something because I think DSJ's done here.
He's done
here. Yep. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Throw your cities in the chat. Where you guys tuning in from tonight? Let us know. Leave us a comment in the chat. Definitely want to shout out Samir is here. What's going on, Samir? Definitely want to shout out Sean Brown. What's going on? Mm-hmm. Salute to all of you guys. Let me get this video up in here. Let's go back to the phones, JLs. This guy goes by the president of the Julius Randle fan club. People in the chat know him as Uncle Sergio in the building.
Uncle Sergio.
Yes. We're not sure if he's related to Julius or not, but he claims him as family. Sergio, what's going on, man?
I'm good, man. Dotson, man, I wish he was more consistent. He looked really good tonight, man. And again, we hung tough against a very, very good team, which we've been doing since Mike Miller became the coach. And I'm happy about that. But unfortunately, like Frank White and Jay Ellis so eloquently stated the other day, there are some things I don't do. I don't duck smoke. I throw smoke bombs. And I'm going to chuck some right now, bro.
All right.
Right? It's widely known that Knicks fans are known as the most knowledgeable in the NBA. I'm beginning to disagree.
The setup.
I think
saw the setup coming.
Our fan base, that's the most ignorant, especially Kellerman, president of Team Circle Jerk. Right? I'm talking about the portion of the fan base who think trading the team after every game is a solution. Some trades you have to make, like Mook or DSJ. And to be clear, I'm not generalizing trading in general. You have to do some of them. But let's talk the Faxinados. Since trading for Earl the Pearl Monroe, when have trades ever helped us? You can make a case for Xavier McDaniel, but still, we didn't win. You know what's a proven formula? Patience and letting your players grow. Golden State, Milwaukee, Toronto, Indiana, Miami, those are teams that all understand this. You know what I'm saying? These are the facts, bro. Since Mike Miller became the coach, your boy has been on the milk carton, only rearing his head when Julius has a bad game, which, let's be honest, hasn't been often. He has to sit and wait for his bullets. He likes to say, I'm only known because of him. I disagree. I'm known as the guy with the balls to come up in here and challenge him and his whack 30-year-old lyrics.
Sounds like we need another Battle of the Fans, Jay Ellis. It sounds like part 3 is on the horizon.
I'm here all year, bro. I'm here all year. And to quote Frank White again, you tell him what I said. Peace.
Jay Ellis.
Oh, man. I'll say this, CP. Ari was on the line Thursday.
Oh, is this where this is coming from?
No, but he I think he hung up. He hung up because he was like the last caller.
Okay.
And the show was going long and he hung up, but he had called in. He called in, but then he hung up. I'm just
Yo, I'm one because Ari's not even in the chat tonight. So
no, he's not even in chat tonight.
This was, I mean, the former champion Sergio from New Jersey is calling out Ari. That's what it seemed like to me, Chaos. I mean, you be the judge. That's what it seemed like to me. It seems like he wants to smoke for round 3. Ari's not even in the chat, and you know this is still going down. I think we're gonna have to make this happen.
Yeah.
And he's talking about the Faxinados. He's bringing new words into the mix, so he's ready to roll. I think
he's definitely ready to roll. He got the vocabulary rocking.
Yeah.
He's using terms like circle jerk.
Because, I mean, tonight really wasn't about Randle. I mean, tonight's game to me wasn't. I did like Randle's defensive effort out there. He still finished with 3 blocks. Yeah, there were some questionable plays there in the fourth, as usual. When he's trying to turn up. But I did like Randle's hustle was part of that fourth quarter barrage that got us in the game for sure.
Yeah, I'll say this: like, people are really hard on Randle, right? To me, but I think that's just when you get paid more than everybody, people zero in on the person who gets paid the most.
Heaviest the head, we know that.
And that's what the fan base to me is doing to Randle right now.
Yeah.
And even though Randle is, like I keep saying, he's not the work. He's not, he's not a franchise player, but he's not bad.
Correct.
Either.
Right.
I think Knicks fans are overvaluing how bad he is.
Yeah. And yeah, I agree with you 100%. 100%.
Like
I agree.
when Tim Hardaway Jr. was here, to me, that was like I wanted to pull my hair out. That was that was bad. That was bad.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely,
to me, that was bad for real.
100%. But listen, Randle just is what he is, man. He is what he is. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Definitely want to shout out. We got Kurt Cobain in here, JLS. Back from the dead. Salute to Kurt Cobain. Shout out to Optimus 2G. What's going on? May 4th. What's going on? Louis S in the building. How you feeling, man?
Yeah, Randle three blocks today for Randle too.
3 blocks for Randle. 3 blocks for him. Gotta give him credit where it's due. I thought he did give us some good minutes in that fourth quarter. To answer his question on the trade, when was the last time we did have an effective trade? People in the chat are correct. Starks for Sprewell. What was the last trade that really
you're right.
helped us? And this week was the anniversary of the Sprewell trade. This week was the anniversary of the Sprewell trade, and that was a catalyst, man. That was the catalyst for the 9-9 run because we just didn't know. First off, it was hard to lose Starks, who was the fan favorite, right?
Yeah, man, that was my guy.
Right. And then, with Sprewell having just choked out PJ Call, you didn't know if Van Gundy was in trouble. You know what I'm saying? We didn't know where we were going to go with it. What's this guy's doing? What's his deal right now? You know what I mean? But Spree came in. He was battling some injury issues. Remember, they brought Spree off the bench that year, first off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was a 6-man first. He was in and out with injury woes. That 9-9 team was not gelling until very late. And Spree was that catalyst for that whole playoff run for sure.
Yeah, made the push. Chris Childs explained it a lot
Absolutely.
about that year too.
Yep.
Oh, somebody also mentioned Marcus Camby.
It can be for Oakley trade. Yeah, that was the same year.
Mm-hmm.
Same year. So yeah, those were the two pivotal trades for that 9-9 run for sure.
Camby was less injury prone though, man.
Yeah, that was Camby's problem, man. He just wasn't built for the for longevity, you know.
That was my squad, yo.
Oh man, that was my guy. Sprewell was my guy, man. Heavy.
I was a Houston guy, but I like that school. The Houston Sprewell Camby. That was
Yeah, I like both of them. I was a Houston guy too, man. Yeah. We got the Down Rock Records basketball checking in from Toronto. So salute to you. It looks like they're probably a Raptors fan. We got Mr. Mike checking in from Yonkers, but he really reps the BX. So salute to Mr. Mike. We got my man CP the Artist as he's checking in from Krypton. Salute to CP the Artist. What's going on? Yeah, man. All right, back to the phones. Let's go to Rich from the Bronx. Rich, what's going on, man?
Hello?
Yo, what's good, bro?
What's good, CP? What up, Jay Ellis?
How you feeling, bro?
I'm all right. I only got one question. This is my question because, I think two shows ago, there was a guy saying that he remembered that when the people came up back in the days, they came up with more skills. So my question is this. Do you think the one-and-done rule is messing up the NBA's product because these kids are coming up so young that they don't basically have the skills that it takes to succeed? And the patience game needs to really be on point now because it takes them for so many years to learn these skills, which they're not getting from the college ball.
I think so. So. And I would love to hear from somebody who's a bit more experienced in the league. But I think so, JL, is that not everybody's built for one and dones.
Yeah, it's like a double-edged sword because you have these guys who are actually ready to do that, but I feel like the numbers don't show that a majority aren't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think I said that same episode. I was saying I think rookie contracts should be longer because of that, man.
Yeah, you got a point there.
I feel like rookie contracts should be longer because of that, because it's just like the way rookies are coming in right now after that one and done year, they're not all the way ready.
Right.
Like, it takes them a long time because they don't even have all the fundamentals down, and then I feel like it really takes like 4 years, 5 years. But all right, cool.
Yeah.
You know what we have now.
I mean, just look at the Malik Monk trade rumors. You know, you have a guy like Malik Monk on the trading block. DSJ is looking like he's going to be on his third team. These are both lottery picks.
Yeah. I don't know how many lottery picks over the last 5 years or so in that top 10. Maybe not even 5 years, maybe 7 or 8. How many panned out in year 6? You know what I mean?
Right. Well, let's take a look. Shall we? That's why we have these things. Let's take a look. I just think, a lot of guys, they see that opportunity to come in and make that money. Make that money, man. Build that brand and get on the Instagram and start going in. And some guys just aren't ready. So here's Frank's draft, right? This is 2017. Let's go through, let's say, top 15 or so. So we got Fultz, who's obviously coming into his own. If he didn't get injured, I think he'd probably be beasting from the jump. I think he would have been ready to roll from the beginning.
Right.
Lonzo, what do you think about Lonzo? Coming on strong right now. Coming on now.
It's like year 3.
Yeah, but certainly not number 2 pick in the draft type coming on, but he's coming on.
Yeah. He's coming on. Yeah,
definitely coming alive. I think Lonzo, at the very worst, he'll be a solid floor general for years to come. Jason Tatum, he's right there.
He was ready. Yeah.
Josh Jackson washed. I think he's done.
Mm-hmm.
For now. De'Aaron Fox, he's right there. He's right there. Jonathan Isaac, before he got hurt, right there. Number 6 in the draft. We got Marketing, who could be on the trading block. He seems like he's falling out of favor with the Bulls. What do you think about that?
Here's a guy I feel like he can still, there's something there. He might have fallen out of favor with the Bulls, but I feel like there's something there with Marketing.
Yeah. Then you have Frank, who's obviously not living up to that, to the number 8 billing.
Yeah.
DSJ, not living up to it. That's number 9. He's looking to be on his third team in 3 years, Shales.
Yeah.
All right. Zach Collins, who's down there in Portland. I believe he's still hurt right now. I haven't seen much of him. Malik Monk, number 11. He could be on the trade block. He was a one and done player.
Yeah.
He was a one-and-done guy. Luke Kennard coming out of Duke. I'm not sure how many years he came out, but he's doing fairly steady with Detroit. You got the Spider. Obviously, he was the steal of the draft.
Yeah. Everybody knows him.
At 13, you got Bam. So
Yeah,
now Bam, this is his third year.
Yeah.
This is his third year. Bam Adebayo, taken by Miami, out of Kentucky. Was a one-and-done player. Got picked 14th in the draft.
Right on time in that third year.
Right,
Okay.
and he's coming on strong. Number 15 in Portland, Justin Jackson out of UNC. He's now with Dallas. He's already on his second team, JL's, with Dallas, and he doesn't look like anything special. Like, looks like he's going to be like a role player.
Yeah.
So, those are just, the 15 from that 2017 draft. Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting, man. And Dan from Long Island was the one who was mentioning that, and he joins us now. So, Dan, what's going on? Dan was the one, JLs, that made the point about some of the older guys just haven't noticed that, the younger draft prospects don't seem to be ready.
Yeah, they're taking longer. They're definitely taking longer.
Dan, what's up, man?
Yo, what's good, guys? Thanks for having me, man.
How you feeling, bro?
Listen, first of all, looking forward to Sunday.
Yeah, man. Sunday should be fun,
and listen, oh, it's going to be great. And thanks for doing that whole thing, CP, because I'm telling you, man, like I said, I don't mean to be the chief promoter here, but I go to a lot of Knicks games. For what's being offered and for the seats I have, that's a good price. So, I you did a good job with that.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for serving that up to the public.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it, bro.
Listen, real quick. First of all, JL's, congratulations to you. Your boy Dot went berserko tonight.
Oh, yeah, man.
I know you love Dot, man. And sometimes when I watch Dot, during the season, last 3 games, he's been great. But sometimes I watch him, I say, man, this guy's like a nice guy, nice guy off the bench.
Nah, man, guy. I see it.
But, hey, man,
I can see it.
No. I give you credit. I give you credit. But listen, just a couple things real quick. One, it's a knockout. Okay, Ari's the winner. It's over. Okay, Randle tonight. I know what you guys are saying about the 3 blocks and he was important early in the game, but again, man, when it matters, my man is just a whirling dervish, out of control, spitting, going crazy.
Yeah,
in big spots. So and JLs, you hit it before, man. He gets paid. He is, for better or for worse, he's the centerpiece, man. And when he plays like that, it just drives me nuts, So, to Ari, listen, I was back and forth. I've been on the fence about this cat the whole time. But, man, Serge, you lose. Ari, you win. And then the other thing I want to say is I've been anti-Monk since I first heard it. And how about tonight? My man goes for 31 in Paris. Did you guys see that?
Yeah. We were just talking about it.
Yeah, so he goes crazy tonight. So that's interesting. And then the other thing is, again, I'm the old guy here. But let me just say, the other trade that was a little bit before, don't forget Trading Mason for Larry Johnson was also, Dave Checkett made a bunch of trades there that kept that Knick team, good through the 90s. Because again, getting Larry Johnson, he had the bad back. You signed Allen Houston, right, from the Pistons, and then the 2 other deals you talked about, Camby, who people thought, is he really worth the deal? And then of course, bringing Spree in, and that was, to the younger people out there, that was a very controversial trade. Not just because Starks was beloved, because he was getting long in the tooth, but remember him choking PJ. That was a big deal. Everybody was like, "Yo, he's gonna big problems here.
Yeah,
he's not gonna get along with Houston, who's malmannered." You remember the whole thing. So, check it. And I gotta say, back then, every deal he made, I was against. So and they all work. So just shows you how much I know about basketball compared to the professionals. But But anyway, listen, guys. Tonight was very frustrating because even though it's the NBA and things have changed and you're never out of a game, you got to be able to manage a game. And tonight really demonstrates why, we need to have point guard play, because we go up, 13 points. And I'm not saying, of course, it's early in the first quarter. I'm not saying you have to manage the whole game, but
that lead evaporates so quick because we just can't slow things down. Like, Toronto wants to run. We want to run with them. Why just defend. That was what's working. And again, that lack of leadership on the court, we really need a true leader, a point guard who can lead us.
Yeah.
Hopefully we find him. Anyway, guys, thanks for taking the call.
Appreciate
it.
it.
JLs, you going to be there Sunday?
Nah, I'm not gonna.
I'll be there Sunday. Yeah, JLs won't be there Sunday, but I'll be there Sunday. And for everybody who got their tickets, we're meeting at 3:00. Dan, I hope you got the notification. We're meeting at 3:00 for pregame.
I'm gonna be with my kids though, so I can't. Okay. I don't know if I can bring them to the bar, so I'll probably get to meet you out in front with everybody else at the will call.
That's fine.
I look forward to meeting you in person, and it should be a fun day. All right.
Looking forward to it, man. See you, bro. See you, Dan.
All right.
Yeah, Dan wanted to kill Julius, but he's right, man. Listen, when push comes to shove and you get to crunch time, JL, this is why you have the world champs out there, and this is why we're still trying to figure it out. We don't have that leadership. I mean, just look at the roster composition, man. We just don't have it.
No, we don't.
We don't have it. The game was there. The game was there for us, and they executed down the stretch, and we didn't.
Yeah, I'm not saying Julius Randle is perfect. He's not a perfect player. He's far from perfect. But I'm just saying it's like extreme. It's extremes with Knicks fans. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. It's like, oh, you're either trash or you're like God's second coming. Like there's no in between.
Listen, man.
That's all I'm saying. Like Julius Randle is not trash.
You don't get the benefit of the doubt when this team has been losing game after game. You just can't have it, man.
Yeah,
it's gotta be earned.
Yeah, and let's be real, 18 million isn't like franchise player money either. Yeah, it's like a decent contract.
It's true, but you still are the guy.
Yeah, I get it.
You still are the guy, man. Shout out Michael Parker. He said there's 2 separate super chats, Yales. He says on the first one he says you already know, and the second one it says trade Kevin Knox. So, salute to Michael Parker.
Yeah, Michael is getting.
He's funny, man. He's a funny dude.
Creative with these super chats.
Yeah, man. Then we got Eric Booker. Shout out Eric Booker. I saw him outside MSG after the Lakers game. He's gonna be there Sunday as well. So Eric, will see you there. Appreciate the super chat. And CP the artist sends us a super chat as well. So we definitely appreciate everybody's support. And once again, man, all the super chats come back into the channel. Allows us to pay bills, continue to support us, keep us as a going entity here. And if you weren't able to send us a super chat through YouTube, you can send us through PayPal or Venmo, Cash App using the links below. So we definitely appreciate everybody sparing that change for us to keep this thing running. A couple more things before we wrap up, Jay Ellis. Buddy Hield got benched today. Buddy Hield got benched today for Bogdanovich.
Ballsy coach wrong. Right there, boy. That would never.
I mean, shit. The Kings have lost 15 of 18, Jay Ellis. I think desperate times are called for desperate measures.
Hello. Hey, wait. Are you trying to sell me on shaking up the lineup with a losing rate? Do you know we're the Knicks, right?
Yeah, right. We just came from
4 wins in December.
We just came from there, man. We are there. Not just came from there, but
we still have the same start. I'm just letting you know. All right.
Yeah. So we'll see, man. I mean, Buddy's been pretty disheartened with the Kings this season in terms of his play. He just signed it. He just re-up on the deal. Shooting, I believe 36% from 3. I think his 3-point numbers have dipped a little bit.
Yeah, 36. Oh, he's average now.
Yeah, 36 is the average now. Still above average or close to average, right?
Yeah, 36 is usually average. Above is usually 40%.
40.
Which is where he usually is.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I guess
Yeah, so we'll see, man. So, yeah, he's on the bench, but as the trade deadline approaches, who knows? Who knows? Because it looks like Sacramento's going nowhere fast right now. They're looking for answers. We're in desperate need of shooting. I think, based on my research and not having to watch a lot of Kings games this year, I think a lot of the complaints about Buddy's, number one, is defense. And number two, it seems like they had given him a much more expanded role, especially when De'Aaron Fox went out in terms of being a playmaker, being a ball handler, being a supporting point guard, I guess you could say, and he hasn't really done that as well. So seems like Buddy has fallen favor and is now being relegated to 6-man duties. So see how that works.
That's interesting because he was like a big part of the DeMarcus Cousins trade.
Yeah,
they really pulled for him during that trade, so he could be the man. So to have him coming off the bench after giving him $90 million.
Yeah. Let's see what the deal is. Buddy Hield got. He got. Right now he's only making $2 million, right? Because that deal was a contract extension, but he signed the deal for 4 years, 106.
106.
4 years, 106.
Not 90. My bad. 106.
Yeah.
All right.
4 years, 106. So he's getting $4 million this year. And then it's going up to, I gotta look, 6. I'm not sure if I'm reading this right. I'm on Sport Track right now. But anyway, yeah, 4 year, $106 million deal for Buddy Hield. So yeah,
I don't know. That's great.
Yeah, something to think about. Obviously, there's no rumors there, but just something to think about. Something
I'm trying to steal Bogdanovich, if anything, man.
I would too. But that's going to come free agency because now, unless we're going to try to give him a lot of assets,
right?
You got to hope you poison pill his deal and try to get him as a
absolutely
free agent.
They already they have to move somebody to keep him at this point. I would think.
Yeah.
If they're trying to keep De'Aaron Fox and they already gave Buddy the money, how much money do they have for Bogdan? I don't think they'll have that much left. So. There might be somebody to steal away in the summer. Who knows?
We'll see.
Or maybe we
just
keep Dot, and Dot just ends up killing
it. Right? Maybe you just keep Dot.
Maybe we just give Dot minutes.
That's it, man. Jose from Tampa wants to talk trades. Jose, what are you thinking, man?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good, bro. What's going on?
Hey, so listen, I was been thinking about like our window to develop these players, more specifically, like RJ Barrett. We had 3 years before we have to make a decision whether we have to pay him, because I think in 4 years we'll be looking at whether he takes his qualifying offer or he declines that and becomes free agent. Mm-hmm. But my point is that we have a window here to develop players before we might have to commit to RJ Barrett, which is is probably our future. I believe he is. Mm-hmm. But we need continuity in this team that I think we're lacking on point guard. A point guard that can make this team function well, so we can develop the players. It will help a lot to develop the players if we had a point guard. Now, obviously, they're easier said than done. But there's a couple of guys that I've written down that I wanted to give your opinion. Mm-hmm. These are guys that I think we could get them for maybe like $13, $14 million a year, which it will be a dent on the cap, but it would not prevent us from getting a big time. In addition to that, a good player.
Okay.
So guys like Gordon Dragic, Jeff Teague.
Yeah, Teague just got traded to the
he's off.
Hello?
Yeah, we're here.
So, guys like these veterans that have been that can still give us maybe 3 more years and can be mentored to. We probably will end up drafting a point guard, but still, or we might not. We might luck out. I like Edwards.
Yeah,
I think he's going to be a stud. But even if we get Edwards or if we get Cole Anthony, we will still benefit from having a good point guard. And these are guys that can knock down the outside shot. And another guy that I also I'm interested, Eric Gordon. He's not a true point guard, but he's a great shooter. So
yeah, we definitely need shooting. And appreciate the call. We definitely need the shooting. I think his point overall, JLs, was that we got to be able to maximize RJ's time here and really build a proper team around him, right? He has 4 years here. We definitely want him to stay for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think the point is, as he said, RJ is one piece that we just got.
Yep.
The whole team's not going to be made over in 1 year, so we have to continue to build complementary pieces around him. Shooters. I think that's a scoring point guard. I think definitely obviously you need to be spacing the floor if you're going to have RJ out there as one of your playmakers.
Mm-hmm.
Dragic, I don't see how he slips away from Miami the way they're running, but
no, I don't see it.
Stranger things have happened. Eric Gordon, either I don't see the Rockets unless they just completely destroy and rebuild after this year, which is totally possible, right? Maybe they do destroy and rebuild and start selling if Brody and the Beard can get it.
Max Van Vliet.
Oh, Fred Van Vliet? You want Van Vliet? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? You want Van Vliet? You guys want Van Vliet in the chat? What do you guys think?
Max Van Vliet.
Man, Vliet's a good player, but I don't know. I saw Jonathan Wasserman posing the question, like, if we want Van Vliet on a max deal. Like, get out of here, man. You're on drugs. Now you're on drugs. Like, I respect your work, but now you're just flat out bugging.
Exactly, because we need that money for Dotson.
Yeah, we need that money for Dotson, man. Need that money for Dotson. In other news, Jay Ellis, it looks like the Knicks are getting a revamp and a makeover, man. Did you hear this? Bloomberg is reporting that the commissioner, Steve Stout, and his translation marketing group have been hired by the Knicks to give them a makeover, Jay Ellis.
Oh, snap. What does that mean?
What does that mean? What does that mean?
What does that mean?
Does that mean new jerseys? Does that mean the black jerseys? Maybe the black jerseys.
Yeah, black orange.
You know what I mean?
I don't know.
I don't know, but
court remaking. Court.
Oh, I hope not. Don't give us that corny net stuff, man. Leave it how it is, JLs. Leave it how it is. My take on it is this: winning cures all, man. We need to win, plain and simple. All that other stuff is cool. Like I wouldn't mind. Bring back some throwbacks. The Knicks have had so many nice jerseys over the years. Like, let them rock. Bring those back. Bring back the 98 jerseys, the 97, 98 jerseys.
Absolutely. I think they should do. They should have our post-game show be live on MSG. I think that would be a good look.
Knicks post-game live, Ooh. Commissioner, holla at your boys, man. We're in the book.
Hey, Stout's forward thinking, man. Think forward over here.
Yeah, that's it. So they're gonna be hired to be brought on. It was interesting because the article says that they're interested in separating the Knicks brand from Dolan. And my thing, JL, says, how do you do that from strictly marketing? To me, it's about winning.
Yeah, how do you separate the Knicks?
How do you separate Dolan from the Knicks if they're not winning any games?
Not possible.
I don't see that because the two are tied at the hip until they win. When Knicks tape was running around with 54 wins, JLs, in that 2012 season, when were we ever talking about Jim Dolan? Ever?
He wasn't.
That whole year.
Well, yeah, exactly.
You didn't hear peep about him.
Yeah, you know what? First things first, he has to stop kicking fans out.
well, yeah, that could be part of it. That could be part of it, man. Listen, it's interesting to see where they go with it. People took umbrage with Steve Stout's quote where he basically said, winning cures a lot of problems. He says, great marketing and exciting entertainment cure all problems. The brand has to be strong regardless of the final score. When people are hopeful that things are going to be better, it brings excitement. All of a sudden, that becomes the brand.
Yeah. BS.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't see two things. Number one, the Garden's going to sell out regardless. And the Garden has been selling out before Steve Stout got here. It's going to be selling out after he got here because it just is a thing to do. Going to the Knicks game is a thing to do. They're always going to sell out and always going to be making money. Again, I don't see how they're going to bring the disheartened fans back to the table just through some like cool marketing schemes or partnerships that they may have.
Yeah, that's not gonna work at all.
But at the end of the day, what else would you want him to say? He got the job.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna let him have it because if I got the job, I'll probably be shoveling this.
Listen, if they're cutting you the check to give him a makeover, of course that's what you're gonna say. You know what I mean? Man. They're paying you to do the job, so I can't take that much offense to his comment. But we just know that winning is gonna be the ultimate cure. We know that as the fans.
I can't believe he suggested that we should separate James Dolan from the Knicks, and they was like, "All right, I'll hire you."
Yeah, it's an interesting thing. It's an interesting thing, man. So we'll see how that all plays out. What do you guys think in the chat about that? Leave us a comment in the chat and let us know your thoughts on it. All right, final call of the night, Jay Ellis. Wait a minute. We just heard from this guy, Jay Ellis. His name is Sergio from New Jersey. He's calling back.
He's
two-time
back.
Sergio, what's going on, man?
He's drinking it. What's happening?
I thought
I'm for that smoke, bro. I'm for that smoke.
Yo,
cats in the chat talking smack, bro. But I want to clarify my position here, right? The other day when Jay Ellis said to me, "Yo, Serge, you don't duck no smoke," right? I said, "I said what I said. I hung up. I went to go chill with my lady. The next day, I watched the show. And your man snuck through the back door at the end of the show and started mentioning my name.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I'm like, whoa, son, like, what's up with that, bro? I call early, like, yo, what's good? Your man sneaks in the back door and then tries to throw jabs when he looked at the chat and he saw that I wasn't there. He saw the coach was clear and he was like, all right. You know what I'm saying? But let me clarify my position on my nephew. Okay. Right? I'm not a follower. When the followers say he's trash, I know he's not trash. I'm going to say he ain't trash. You know what I'm saying? When I say he's going to be a star player, did I say he's going to be Jordan or number one option? I never said that. You know what I'm saying? Is Julius a number 2 or number 3 option on a really good team? I believe he's that. And I believe the number 2 or 3 option on a team is a star player. Am I right or wrong? Right or wrong? The second or third player on a good team, it should be a star player. Am I right?
You would hope so.
You know what I'm saying? What I don't understand is, I'm told that the stats don't lie, and all I'm saying is every month that's gone by, the stats have gone up and he's gotten better. Of course, he makes mistakes. He's not a number 1 option. Okay. We all know that when the double team comes, he's gonna turn it over. This is something we all know, bro. But everybody that's gonna say, he's trash for $18 million a year, to say that this guy is trash, I'm always going to stand against it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how, he's got the KO and all that nonsense. Dude, it's nonsense, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying Michael Jordan. I'm not saying he's Michael Jordan. I'm saying he's not trash. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be a really good player when he figures it out. And I got the rest of the season to back when at the end of the season, when he's averaging 20 and 10, you know what I'm saying? Right or wrong, have there been plenty of moments this year where he has dominated?
I wouldn't say plenty of moments, but he's had some games. He's had some games, Serge. And we're gonna cut the call from there, man. Appreciate the call, Serge. Appreciate the call. I mean, tonight wasn't on Randle, Jay Ellis. I'm not gonna put it all on Randle tonight.
No, I wasn't all on Randle. It was a team scheme thing, 3-point. It was a bunch of things, man.
Yeah,
Randle
had a bunch of things. It was a bunch of things.
Had a decent game.
Yeah,
and turnover at the end hurt us.
Yeah,
a lot of at the end hurt us. It wasn't just a turnover. That turnover plus Bobby Portis plus Dotson, even Siakam open with Marcus. It was a bunch of things.
Listen, Raptors just took it. We just could not close the door and seize that momentum. And give credit, man. These are the world champs. Give him credit. I think Serge is cool. He really wants to smoke with Ari. I think Ari's going to listen to this on the replay. He's going to DM me on Instagram. He's going to be pissed. And then not Sunday, because I'm going to be at the Garden, but the game after that, I think Battle of the Fans round 3 might go down. So if you're watching out there, you may want to tune in for that, because I think it's happening. We have no choice but to give people what they want. And just let this thing, get hashed out once and for all, JLs.
Oh, man. Yeah, Michael Parker, if you haven't noticed the big yellow super chats, he says, bring in the Ball brothers.
Oh, man. Now, but that was another thing. LeVar saying, what'd he say? Bring Mark Jackson in with LaMelo, Lonzo, and LiAngelo to the Garden?
all together now.
Oh man, kill me, kill me, man. Kill me.
You not ready?
Nah, I'm not ready for that, JLs.
Oh,
my pacemaker's already worn out from Alfred Payton. Between Peyton, Randall, Portis. I need a new pacemaker, JLs. I gotta tune mine up, man.
Oh man.
You gotta talk about now the Ball brothers and man, that'll be a nightmare, bro. Nightmare.
Can't miss TV, that's for sure.
Can't miss.
God. You think? Oh man, we have something to talk about every night.
Yeah. I'm telling you.
Win or lose.
Facts, bro. All right, let's get out of here, man.
All right, man. Oh man. All right. So shout out to everybody who's watching tonight with your boy CP and JLS. Definitely check out the latest episode of the Nick of Time Show on YouTube right now. Give that a listen. If you have not known, you can also check the newest episodes of the Nick of Time Show on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, and Spotify. And also, you can check out the nickoftimeshow.com for Nick of Time merch, just like this my mentality shit right here. Oh, hold up. The RJT I got on right now. You cop
nice.
That.
Dope.
Yeah. Cop that on the nickoftimeshow.com as well. And also check out the blogs there as well if you want to too. Follow me on social media. You see the little card in the corner. The KOT Show on Twitter. The Nick of Time Show on Instagram. And on Facebook. That is all. Back to you, CP.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, JLs. And salute to everybody who was watching us, man. Knicks lose a tough one. Once again, 118-112. Hey, it was a hard-fought effort. Just couldn't take that game in the end when it was there to be taken. But give credit where credit is due. The world champs came in and they did what they had to do. Remember, this show is available in audio podcast format. Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon Alexa, and Stitcher. All on the Knicks Fan TV. The links will be in the description. The conversation is always happening even after the show. We have a private Twitter DM group. We have a Discord chat. The links are in the video description. To get in on the Twitter group, just share this video on Twitter with the hashtag PostgameNYK, and we'll throw you into our private DM group. The Discord link is in the video description as well, and the mods will put that in there as well. Please continue to support us with your super chats, purchase merchandise. Anything that you can do to support us will be greatly appreciated. And like I said, one of the biggest ways to do so is subscribe to the channel. It's free to do so. Hit that notification bell. Hit that thumbs up as soon as you get in or before you leave. Hit that thumbs up for your boys and sharing these videos. Those three things will help us get to the next level. And like I said, you do your part. We'll do our part. And yeah, man, salute to everybody that was in here. We got May 4th, all the mods, appreciate the help. Dave, TM, everybody. Pranav, thanks for coming through. Apple Fanboy, thanks for coming through. Pal, peace to Pal out there on the West Coast. What's going on? Mr. Chuck, what's going on? JL, so you want to shout out, man?
Yeah, Pocket Rockets, Ricardo Custer, RT Alexander, Craig Williams, Enzo 954, Steve Rodriguez says, "Dot hit them threes. I see you though." And yeah, everybody else who came in.
Yes,
Alex
sir.
Collins, even because I was just like Alex Collins. Michael Parker, shout out to you for super chats as well. And Hinton Murphy.
Yes, sir. Salute to everybody. Somebody asked about Ivan Robb. Yeah, he was waived, but then they brought him back for Westchester. So Ivan Robb is back for the team. I wouldn't expect much going on there, but yeah, that is it. So yeah, see you guys Sunday live from MSG, Knicks versus Nets. See you guys there at the Garden or on the live stream. Peace.